The sun hung low over Istanbul, casting a golden hue over the city's skyline, the blue mosque and minarets visible in the hazy distance through the tinted windows of the sleek, glass-walled office on the 47th floor. Inside, the air was cool and crisp, filtered through state-of-the-art ventilation, yet heavy with a tension that clung to the walls like the expensive artwork that adorned them. Eric Abdullah stood behind his massive oak desk, the weight of the world pressing down on his shoulders. Clad in a tailored, Tom Ford suit, the deep charcoal fabric clung perfectly to his tall, broad frame. His Rolex Submariner gleamed faintly in the dim light, but his eyes were distant, shadowed. The room, though, filled with luxury, rare Persian rugs, a cigar bar carved into the mahogany wall, a priceless 𝘽𝙚𝙮𝙮 in an ornate glass case, did nothing to soothe the storm brewing within him. To the outside world, Eric was a billionaire, a visionary entrepreneur, owner of multiple international businesses, real estate, shipping, luxury cars, tech investments, each more successful than the last. But in the hidden corners of the city, in whispers passed between men in dark alleys and private lounges, he was something else, a mafia king. Cold, ruthless, feared, a devil cloaked in elegance. Eric sat down slowly, fingers drumming against his desk. His phone buzzed encrypted messages from men who carried out his silent orders. Today's delivery. A debt unsettled. A warning that needed to be sent. The usual. He silenced the phone and leaned back. His thoughts, uninvited, took him back in time. Zainab Abdullah, his mother, was the only person who ever saw him, truly saw him, for what he could be, not what he had become. Habibi, she would say, cupping his face, her hands always warm from cooking or prayer. Allah has written a better story for you than this. Don't drown in darkness. Come back to the light before it's too late. But the light had vanished the day he lost his father. Eric had been only 12. A gunshot. A debt unpaid. A lesson in blood. His father, tall, honorable, a businessman trying to walk the line between money and morality, was gunned down by the very people he refused to pay off. Eric had seen it. The gun. The blood. The silence that followed. That was the night something inside him broke. A boy with soft eyes turned into a man with granite in his chest. He learned to smile with clenched teeth, to trade kindness for control, to bury grief beneath layers of ambition and strategy. He climbed the criminal hierarchy not out of choice, but out of fury. And once he was at the top, there was no turning back. Yet even now, with 100 men ready to die for him, and millions flowing through his hands, he felt empty. He often stood alone at night on his penthouse balcony, staring at the Bosporus Strait, listening to the haunting call to prayer echo across the city. It stirred something ancient in him. Something his mother had nurtured even after his fall. She was still alive, still praying for him, still waiting, still believing. But Eric didn't believe in himself anymore. His life was stitched together by betrayal, guns, and secrets. He had killed. He had ordered others to. He had corrupted everything good inside him. And yet, the guilt never left. Maybe I was born to be this, he muttered aloud, pouring himself a glass of aged scotch, a habit he had picked up, not because he enjoyed it, but because it numbed things. But he couldn't take a sip. His mother's voice echoed again. The fire of regret burns deeper than any hell in this life. Don't let it be too late, Eric. He slammed the glass down. That name, Eric, didn't even feel like his anymore. He had started using his father's full name, Eric Abdullah, in public only recently. Something about it made him feel tethered, human, as if there was still something left of the boy who once recited short duas with his mother. Before bed, he walked over to the 𝘽𝙚𝙮𝙛 displayed in the glass case. He had bought it at an antique shop in Medina during one of his rare escapes. The shopkeeper had told him it was handwritten, preserved for over 200 years. He hadn't opened it since the day he brought it home. Now, for the first time in months, he unlocked the case. The fragrance of old paper and faint musk rose as he gently opened the cover. The first verse his eyes fell on, indeed. Allah does not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. 𝘽𝙚𝙮𝙛 13:11. Eric stared at the page. Something pierced his chest, not pain, not guilt, but hope, fragile and flickering. Was this a sign? His phone buzzed again. Another meeting. Another demand. Another scheme. He shut it off. For the first time in a long time, he chose silence. He stared out at the Istanbul skyline, heart caught between sin and salvation, between who he was and who he might still become. And though he didn't know it yet, his path was about to cross with someone who carried the very light he'd been searching for in the shadows. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.